In this video we'll be installing Genshin Impact on the Steam Deck in SteamOS gaming mode, so we can play with cover art and full controller support. Before we get started, we need to make sure that we have an Epic Games account and we have Genshin Impact in our library. And we can do this by logging in on our web browser on the Steam Deck or mobile. We need to make sure SteamOS is up to date and our Steam Deck internal drive or microSD card has 120GB of free space available. There's a few things we need to do before we can install the game. First, we need to open our web browser in desktop mode and go to the official Decky loader website, Decky XYZ, and download the Decky installer to our downloads folder. Afterwards, we need to go to the GitHub page for a plugin called UnifiDeck, which allows us to easily play our Epic Games library in SteamOS gaming mode. We want to scroll down and go to Releases on the right hand side. Here we want to find the latest version and download the zip file to our downloads folder. Now let's go to our downloads folder and quickly install Decky Loader by clicking on the installer, going through the initial prompts, choosing the release version, and once complete, let's return to gaming mode. Now back in SteamOS, on the right hand side, let's open our quick access menu and go down to the plug icon for Decky. Choose settings in the top right, and we want to go down and enable developer mode. On our developer tab, we want to choose Browse on Install Plugin from Zip File, go to our Downloads folder and choose the UnifiDeck zip file. Once installed, we're going to see it appear on the right hand side, and from here we want to log in to our Epic Games account and log in with our username and password. And once done, we're going to go back to UnifiDeck where we want to choose Library Sync and Sync Libraries at the bottom. Once the library has been synced, we need to press the Steam button, choose Power and restart the Steam Deck. Once restarted, when we go to our library, we'll see a new tab for Epic has appeared. Now as long as we have added Genshin Impact to our library, then the game will appear. And from here, we want to choose Install in the top right hand corner and press Play afterwards. When the installer loads, we need to select Get Game in the bottom right and a window will appear asking us to select our installation path, where we want to select Change, and if you want to install the game to your internal drive, simply select My Computer, C Drive, Program Files x86 and Epic Games, followed by selecting Open, and as long as you have enough free space, choose Start Installation. However, if you want to install the game to a microSD card, make sure to go into desktop mode beforehand and make a folder on your microSD card, and then come back and run the installer again in gaming mode and select Change. Choose the / on the left hand side, Run folder, and then this media folder here. And you'll see your microSD card appear here, where you can choose your created folder. But I'm going to back out of this because I want the game installed to my internal drive, choosing Start Installation and waiting for the download to complete. And once the download is done, let's press Start Game. And once the login screen loads, I recommend using the email or Google method, but if you have a Facebook or Apple account, then you may need to log in through desktop mode first and return to gaming mode afterwards. Now once we're finally in game, our controller won't be working, so we need to press the Steam button, go to controller settings and enable back grip buttons. And here we want to select L4, press R1 until we get to the keyboard tab and choose the escape key, which is already selected for us. And when we go back to the game, let's press L4 to open the main menu, hold the Steam button to activate our trackpad and choose the settings menu icon, and the first menu is for controls, and here we want to change our control type from keyboard to controller. And now our Steam Deck controls will be working with Genshin Impact. And briefly on the graphics tab inside settings, I have these set to either the lowest or low preset, and we can optionally enable FSR2 for extra performance. And if you wish to use lossless scaling with Genshin Impact, simply go back to gaming mode, choose the cog symbol and properties, and make sure to enter the LSFG command before the Epic command in your launch options, separated by one space. I have a guide in the description for installing lossless scaling for easy frame generation if you'd like to learn more. So I hope this guide was helpful, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment and we can all try to help one another. If you enjoyed and learned something new today, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and until next time, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later.